For the Queen!
Calm and careful.
We must move on.
Hunting season begins.
You have my bow. Salure Denuri.
Swift. Like a
For Aradel!
We must move on. You have my bow.
Swords ready!
Salure Denuri.
For Aradel!
Reinforce!
We must move on. You have my bow.
For Aradel!
Salure Denuri. We must move on. Salure Denuri.
Eda Evelyn, Nathadagatire. For Aradel!
We must move on.
For Aradel!
You have my bow.
Nathadagatire.
Salure Denuri.
For Aradel!
We must move on.
Swords ready!
You have my bow.
Reinforce!
Salure Denuri.
Hunting season begins.
Incoming!
For Aradel!
We must move on.
Trust our aim.
You have my bow. Salure Denuri. We must move on.
For Aradel! Nathadagatire.
We must move on. Salure Denuri.
For Aradel!
We must move on.
Eda Evelyn.
Salure Denuri.
Swords ready! Reinforce!
Nathadagatire. For Aradel!
Incoming!
Salure Denuri.
For Aradel!
Swords ready!
We must move on.
Swords ready.
You have my bow. Salure Denuri.
For Aradel!
Salure Denuri.
Horse.
We must move on. You have my bow.
For Aradel!
You have my bow. Salure Denuri.
Incoming.
For Aradel!
You have my bow.
Swords
Salure
ready.
Denuri.
Hunting season begins. Swift and steady. And our evil. Never target tire. Never target tire. For Aradel!
We must move on. Salure Denuri.
Never target tire.
We must move on. Salure Denuri.
For Aradel!
You have my bow. Salure Denuri. We must move on.
For Aradel! Hunting season begins.
Incoming.
And our evil in.
We must move on. Salure Denuri. We must move on. Salure Denuri. We must move on. Salure Denuri.
Never target tire.
We must move on. You have my bow.
Swords ready.
By the light of the moon!
For Aradel!
We must move on.
For Aradel!
Reinforce.
Never target tire.
Salure Denuri. We must move on.
For Aradel!
Salure Denuri.
Hunting season begins.
You have my bow.
Incoming.
Evil in. For Aradel!
Salure Denuri. You have my bow. Salure Denuri.
Target tire.
Swords ready.
Never target tire. For Oradell!
Salure Denuri. We must move on.
Hunting season begins. And our evening target higher.
You have my bow.
Another target higher. Another target higher. For
Oradell! Salure Denuri. We must move on. Salure Denuri.
For Oradell! Dance. Hunting season begins.
You have my bow. We must move on.
Swords
Salure
ready!
Denuri. We must move on. You have my bow.
For Oradell!
You have my bow.
For Oradell!
You have my bow.
For Oradell!
You have my bow.
Hunting season begins. Swift and steady. Trust our aim. Swift and steady. Trust our aim.